And alright, there goes nothing or everything. And hello and welcome to another exterior video where we work on a truck. Sometimes we're successful, sometimes we're not. So today's video we wanted to do for quite some time. So today finally I got the paint and some other stuff that we might be able to get to, and everything goes well. We're gonna install some upgrades, but we're also gonna be painting all our bumpers. We're gonna take all the bumpers off, we're gonna clean them, sand them, and then paint them. And hopefully it's all gonna come out right. I'm not the greatest painter or anything, but we'll see what happens. So first we're gonna just remove the grill, which is one of the easiest pieces to remove on this truck. We're just gonna pop these little clips out. Then we can just gently start pushing it to the side. Now down there is like few little clips. Actually it's 4 little clips that we have to undo from the bumper. Just push them in and that's it, and the whole piece is out. Now we can start removing the bumper. Now since we're gonna be messing with the bumper, we're gonna be moving stuff here around, it's actually a good idea to disconnect the battery. It's not gonna take a long time to do, so let's just unplug the negative terminal just to be on the safe side. That's it. To remove the bumper we have a couple of screws over here. There is another body clip over there. There is going to be another bolt over there that we have to unscrew it. And then there is another screw over here. There is supposed to be another screw here, but we're missing it. Now we have another bolt inside there, and of course it's, as always, it's a 10mm. And now we can unscrew it with a 10mm. There we go, and it's out. And okay, that should be all for all the bolts and screws that are holding this bumper, the front bumper. Now we can start carefully unclipping it from the clips. There's one over there, there's one over here already out. One note though, if you have a skid plate attached to the bottom of the bumper, you have to unscrew that too. So now that we have those bolts out, it's like 4 bolts in there, we can start removing the whole bumper. There we go. Now that the whole front is disassembled, we're gonna move to the back. Or to be more precise, we're gonna move to the side. We're gonna remove all of this plastic now, which is pretty easy. Once again, we have multiple screws over here we have to undo. There is 2 body clips we have to undo as well, and that's it. Now there is a little trick to get to these screws if you don't have a short screwdriver, but you have a little ratchet set. So all I did is just put a little socket with a screwdriver tip, and now I can get to the screws easy. And that's it. We'll undo this little body clip, hopefully without breaking it, but of course it broke. Then there is one more body clip down here. There you go. A lot of dust and dirt. Now all we have left is these 2 10mm bolts. So we're just gonna screw them real quick. And alright, now we can start carefully unclipping the whole side panel out. There's just little clips in there and a couple of clips underneath. So we just carefully will push it out. Oh, actually there's one more body clip over here holding it in place. There we go. Okay, now we can move it freely. There we go, and the whole thing is out. Now we're just gonna remove this plastic trim because it's gonna be easier to paint it and work with it once it's off the bumper. And to do that, we just have to push it up carefully. There we go. I already removed it once when I was installing the backup camera, so that's why I have 1 or 2 clips broken. So, and then we're just gonna remove that piece. Now for the metal piece of a bumper over here, I'm not gonna remove it. I'm just gonna tape everything off wherever I can. I'm gonna take the license plate off, the lights. Probably gonna remove the camera or just tape it off and just spray it over here, because these bolts in there, I'm not gonna be able to unscrew them. No way. So not to waste any time or anything, I'm just gonna paint it right here. So for some reason, the hole that I made over here for the connector back in the day, the wire is not going through now, the actual connector, the plug over there on the end of the camera, and I don't want to force it in or force it out. I don't want to break it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna leave it like that, tie it up over there, because over here it's gonna be behind license plate anyway, so I can paint around this is no problem. The wires, if it gets any paint, that's no big deal. So this is pretty much like that. And okay, I have all the pieces laid out over here. Now I'm just gonna clean them up as much as I can, sand them off a little bit, then clean them up again, and we'll see. I'm gonna do my best. Unfortunately, a while back I was parked somewhere and somebody was kind enough to scratch the whole side of plastic over here, and this piece is somewhat broken, but oh well. I'm just gonna try to sand this off, clean it up, sand it off, and paint it. And of course, for the grill, this part we're gonna actually take out. We're not gonna paint over it for now. But the rest I'm just gonna paint everything the same color, so we can just go ahead and carefully, that's the main goal, carefully undo these clips, because they are very fragile from what I heard. Just like that, like that, like that, and that's it. And the emblem is out. So now we can prep this, clean it, sand it, clean it, and paint it. So let's see what happens. So for now I'm just gonna remove all the bulk of dirt and everything, and then I'm gonna clean it thoroughly. Now for the metal bumper, I already took care of these spots. I feel like it should be alright. So I'm just gonna sand it off lightly with a 100 grit paper, sandpaper. Maybe too much of a grit, but hopefully the paint will cover it up and it will actually bond better. So and okay, that should be good. Hopefully, just gonna clean it up, just gonna wipe it out, clean it, and paint it. Now this piece, let's see how much I can buff this out. Okay, hopefully the paint will cover all of these scratches, but now I feel like 100 grit sandpaper is too much for the plastic. So if you're gonna do the plastic, you probably need to use like 250 or 230 grit. So now we're just gonna wash all of this really good with nice hot soapy water with a lot of degrease, and just try to wash it as fast as we could. So now, while the front is, all the bumpers are drying, before I stand it off again, I'm gonna tape off over here. And for that, we're just gonna use a couple of garbage bags. And there you go, that's all we needed. It might not look too sophisticated or anything, but we're only gonna paint this part anyways, so that should be good. Now I'm just gonna sand it all off. Gonna try to use 400 grit sandpaper, and we'll see how it's gonna turn out. And okay, I pretty much sanded off all the pieces as much as I could. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually blast it with a air compressor first to take as much debris as possible out, all the shavings, all the plastic that I scraped off. And then I'm still gonna go one more time with alcohol and wipe everything down. Just whenever you blasting with the sand, be careful and wear eye protective and a mask. And now I'm just gonna prep the rear bumper, just wipe it all down from any residue, and this is gonna be good to go to paint. There we go, that feels squeaky clean. And what I actually use for this, I decided to use just a glass cleaner. I'm not gonna use this on a plastic, maybe not, but for metal it works pretty good. So right now I'm just finishing up cleaning all the plastic with alcohol, and for the most part it's coming out already clean. So gonna clean a little more, and I'm gonna be ready to paint.
Much later.
Okay, after X amount of hours, I feel like all the prep work is done. All the washing, sanding, grinding, washing and sanding again. So right now I just have it kind of set up the way I'm gonna paint it and leave it in place to dry. Don't judge me on that. I gotta work with what I have, so this is what I have. The main goal is just to paint it so it's gives a bit of fresher look to the truck, because all that faded plastic, it doesn't do it justice. So now I'm just gonna get the paint. First I'm gonna hit 2 layers of this adhesive promoter on all the plastic, and then within 10 minutes I'm gonna start applying the paint itself, the one I have, truck bed coating. I'm probably gonna do one piece at a time, so I apply the adhesive promoter probably on all of them, or maybe on half, Then I'm gonna apply the second layer, and then I have to start going with within 10 minutes before the time's up. I have to go with this, and we'll see how it goes. So wish me luck, guys. And once again, just wiping it all down, just make sure it's all clean right before I start painting. Now I'm just gonna wait a few minutes for it completely to dry, and I'm just gonna start spraying. And alright, there goes nothing or everything. Gonna have a piece of paper towel handy in case I'm gonna clean this up. And alright, let's hope it works. Okay, just gonna let it dry now, and we actually gonna go and start applying the adhesive to our plastic. Okay, so I just applied the first layer of the adhesive promoter. Just gonna let it dry a couple of minutes, and then gonna hit it with one more layer. And again, I'm not the best paint sprayer, so well, we'll see how it's gonna come out. Hopefully there's not gonna be too much running paint. And okay, let's spray, and let's hope it's come out good. I just did the first layer on all of the plastic and the rear bumper as well, and took me the whole can. So now I'm just gonna wait a little bit for it to dry. I'm trying my best, but unfortunately in some spots like over here you can see it's came out a little bit thicker than I wanted, but it's alright. I feel like it's gonna be alright. So let's continue. Alright, so the second layer of the coat of the paint is applied. Now I'm just gonna wait again, let it dry, and then do it again and again until I think I'm gonna use up all the paint, or maybe 5 cans looks like, and I'll keep one or half of it for any touch-ups later on. But yeah, just gonna paint it all up, and then we'll see how it looks in the end. And okay, so it's actually the next day already. I left all the bumpers and everything to dry overnight in the garage. So now, just gonna take my time. Not gonna record that part, just put everything back together, all the bumpers, and we'll see how it's gonna come out. Hopefully you guys gonna like it, and hopefully I'm gonna like it. Yeah, but not gonna record that because it's just a reverse procedure of taking it out. So you guys gonna see the end result pretty soon, and for me it's gonna be the next few hours of work. And okay, finally it's all done, it's all assembled. I put all the bumpers back and everything. Of course that's not my truck, but I wish it was. But anyways, so here it is. So this is how it looks. I think it looks pretty good now. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it looks much better than it used to be before. That's the front bumpers. Oh, and by the way, right now I'm running the custom mud flaps delete kit, so I have extra horsepower now. Yeah, I don't have the mud flaps anymore, they're gone. And this is the rear bumper, that's how it looks. Yeah, I think it came out pretty good considering who did it, that I'm not a professional painter or anything. And as you can see over here, you cannot even tell that that was damaged or scratched before. It all got covered up. Maybe down the line I can replace these steps because they barely hold in. They hold in like with 2 or 3 screws on each side. So maybe I have to hit a junkyard or something. But yeah, that's how it looks. I think it looks amazing, to be honest. Unfortunately, I was not able to do one of the installation. I wanted to add some stuff in there, but there are some parts are missing that I have to order, so they're coming. So that's gonna be a different video. So stay tuned for that. So I hope you guys like it, the way it came out, the way the bumpers look now. So I guess on this note, guys, until next time, bye.